Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Porsche Macan. Today I'm going to be addressing one of my main gripes with this car, and that's all to do with the headlights on this car. Now I did a vid a few weeks ago where I talked about the spec on this car, and one of the things that I didn't realise when I was looking at buying this car, or I took for granted because I'm buying a car in 2021 which is a 2017 car, I was expecting it to have bi-xenon headlights. This car has halogen headlights, so I'm going to go over to a friend of mine and we're going to have the HID kits fitted. So as you can see, these headlights here, these are halogens. Now this is a projector, and there is someone across the street down there who's doing a bit of lawn mowing. But anyway, this is a projector and that's the daytime running light, and these bulbs in here are actually halogen bulbs, and we're going to be changing them out for some HID kits. And if you come across onto this side, what we've got down here, you might be able to see, is we've taken the cap off and the bulb goes in there, and we're going to mount like the HID bulb in there and the ballast thing. And we're going to try also and change these daytime running lights into, you know, kind of an LED one or something like that, so it kind of complements the whole front end. Because what you've got is you've got an LED strip that runs down here and the LED indicator, but for whatever reason Porsche decided to, as a start point, rather than doing bi-xenons, they decided to go and put some halogens on as a standard feature, which I clearly took for granted, thinking that there'll be at least a bi-xenon headlamp. So yeah, that's the plan for the day. What I really like is this clamshell bonnet design. I just think it's really cool. And you've got like the lights down here, and then on the bonnet you've got the cutouts, which, to be honest with you, it makes a nice picture. That doing a pan shot through there, might do that at one point. So guys, this is Kish, who's going to be fitting the HID kits. Now Kish runs this, you know, kind of a business down here. So Kish, you want to say a few words? What do you do exactly?
Basically, on the normal headlights you got halogen bulbs, and it's, as you can see, it's what is it, 67 plate.
Would you expect this car to have halogen headlights?
No, not really, because they've got projectors in it at the moment, as you can see, but they've actually got halogen bulbs in it. Yeah. So what I can do, I can change them to xenon HIDs. Okay. So most cars I've done at the moment are like F30, the F20s, BMs and stuff like that, because they come with halogen bulbs, and only some of them come with xenon bulbs. So to get that white crisp look, it's best to go for the xenon. Yeah. Is that what we're trying to get this
down
is what
to
we're
here
going
as
to do on here today. So we're going to change these halogens to 8000K. Okay. Smart canvas kit, so it will come, so you won't get no errors and stuff like that inside. And also going to change the DRL bulbs to ice white as well. So
yeah guys, this bulb here, which is a daytime running light, is pretty yellow. Now what I don't understand, Kish, and I think you kind of alluded to earlier on as well, is we've got a nice LED strip here. So when the main lights are on, you have an LED strip running here, but in the day when we are, you know, when we've got the DRLs on, that's not on, but we've got a yellow bulb, and I really don't understand what they've done.
Hopefully the LED kit I've got will work, and you should have no issues. Okay.
All right, so yeah, let's just get on with it.
Yeah, crack on and show you the results afterwards in a bit and see how it looks.
So as you can see, this is what the DRL looks like. It's like just a yellow bulb. It looks pretty rubbish, if I'm honest, and if I even stand back and get the whole car in, and
put the other ones on.
Yeah, put the other ones on as well, mate. So yeah, these DRLs, they don't really look that great. And then the side lights, like there you go. So that's now with like the main light on, and then you got this LED strip running down the bottom, and again, that's a halogen bulb. And on, like I say, so many times, like not only on this vid but on my previous vids, I took it for granted that Porsche on the Macans, they actually fit halogen bulbs from something like 20 years ago on the car that's like, you know, 2017 2018 model year. So I know they have changed this on the facelift, but on this I just can't believe that I've actually
you'll notice once the xenons are fitted, you'll notice how much of a difference. I mean, it'll literally look like a new car.
See, the thing is, when I'm driving this at night now, for example, let me just get back in the frame as well. So when I'm driving this car at night, like I've got my other cars in M4, and the car traded in for this was a G20, and both of them cars have got LED headlamps. And
so
the difference,
so once you go from LED or xenon to this again, you can't drive at night.
I mean, I was a bit like, I was driving on a country lane when I picked this car up, and I was driving at night, and I was thinking, are the lights even on? That's how bad it was. Yeah, I'm just, you know, I just want to get this kit fitted, man, and just, like, you know, be able to drive at night again. So yeah, let's get on with it. Yeah. So what have we got here then?
So this is the H7 halogen bulb that we just took out from the dip beam.
Right, let's have a look at it. It's quite a small thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's like the main, is that a dip beam, is it?
Yeah, this is for your dip beam.
Oh, so does that come out from here?
Yes, that's
okay, so that's basically the main headlamp, isn't it? And then this is like the new unit, is it?
Yes, that's the new HIDs we're going to fit in. 8000K. Okay. Obviously, this is just the bulb. Yeah. We've got the ballast to put on as well. Okay.
And am I right, you're not meant to touch the bulb on these?
Yes, that's...
I better not touch it then, right?
Yeah.
And check this out for design, guys. On the Porsche Macan, you've got an air filter over there, and you've got an air filter over here, and it's kind of exposed, so that's quite different. Not seeing that. I suppose this is a twin turbo setup, so you've obviously got one on each side, which again looks pretty cool, I suppose. So go on, Kish, what have we got here then?
So this is the new xenon bulb we're going to fit in. Which
is this one?
This one, and this is the old halogen bulb that we just took out.
Okay, there's quite a difference in the way they even look as well, isn't it? I mean, the halogen is there, and this one's the xenon. So we just had the first bulb fitted, the HID kit, and as you can see here, look how blue that looks, or look how HID it looks compared to this side. So the results kind of speak for themselves, and like even from here, you can see the difference, like you say. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I mean, you can just see from here right now.
Newer car now.
Yeah, and you know, I hope it's kind of picked up in the camera as well. Like that side over there is really yellow compared to the one on the other side. So yeah, that's how I would have expected this car to be from factory, to be honest with you. Yeah. And yeah, well impressed so far. Let's get the other side in. So Kish, what have we done just there?
Basically just removed the H15 bulb.
Let's see if I can get in. Even the crows are liking that, man. Yeah. Okay.
So this design is completely different. Normally this connection where it clips into it's on the actual top of the bulb itself. This one comes out. Straight so it's actually made it a bit easier. Yeah. To just plug it in. Yeah. And just twist it back in place.
And that bulb there is basically the side light, isn't it?
That's your DRL and your high beam.
Oh, okay. Which was in there, and that was like the one that's always yellow.
Yeah. And so we're going to change it for the LED type one now.
Okay.
And then
hopefully
once it's in, I'll show you the difference.
Yeah, and the front end's going to be much nicer.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So there's no error lights that have come on anywhere in the car, so clearly means that the lights are compatible, and there's no real issues with that. So super excited. So a bit of a progress update then. We've managed to get the xenon headlights into the headlamps up here and on this side, but we've not been able to do the DRLs and the, is it the high beam, is it? Yeah. It's the high beam, because that is a DRL and a high beam, so that will still look quite yellow, and the reason for that is, Kish?
Basically this is the LED bulb that we're going to fit in. As you can see, look at the size of that. And the way it fits in, you have to like twist it and put it in at the same time. Yeah. So and the room at the back here, there isn't any, so yeah, literally there's no room for the bulb to go in.
Because you're kind of hampered with the airbox here. Now even though we've managed to unplug the airbox and push it to a side, the amount of space to
actually fit
get in is just not enough, is it? So I think that we're probably going to end up doing like a part 2 and get like a bulb that kind of fits, I suppose.
Yeah, so we're going to try to get like one of them xenon type bulbs that just has the blue tip on it. So obviously it doesn't look bad when it's on it, so it won't look yellow. It'll be a little bit white, warm whitish. But
to be honest with you, like I think from where I'm at is that the car earlier on had, you know, halogen headlamps, and right now we're running xenons, and that in itself is like quite a huge step up. And I think what I want to really do is get the car out at night on my favourite country lane, and then show the difference as well. So you know, I'm hoping, you know, that's gonna make like a massive improvement over what this car actually came with. And I just can't get over the fact they came with bloody halogen headlamps. So I'm just gonna come down this road. It's a road that I've been on a number of times with this car and with my previous cars, and so I know how dark this road actually is. Even though it's got street lights, these street lights don't really do a lot in terms of lighting up the road, but hopefully what you can see is how bright that road is with these HID units, which I had fitted earlier on today. I think the best thing about these units is that they don't dazzle oncoming traffic. I've not had any oncoming, like say, traffic flashing their lights at me in annoyance to say, you know what, your lights are quite dazzling. I've not had any of that, which is pretty much a win-win situation. I think from the halogens to these HID units, I think it's a huge step up. I'm just surprised that, you know, this Porsche Macan just didn't come with the bi-xenon headlamps, you know, from factory. Yes, it was an option, but for whatever reason, you know, they weren't spec'd on this car. And you know, like I say, when I bought this car, I was expecting it to at least have bi-xenon headlamps, you know, and who does halogens these days? So, you know, I had to have these fitted, and I think it's made a huge improvement. And to be honest, it just makes me, you know, enjoy my night driving again, because that was something that I really didn't like doing in this car because of the halogen headlamps. So yeah, I'm super excited that, you know, I've got these fitted to the car, and I think the way they now portray the light and how far down that light goes as well, you know, that's quite impressive. And you know, I think for me it's a pretty much like a win-win situation from that point. I mean, as you can see, you know, you've got oncoming traffic and they're not exactly flashing their lights at me to say, you know, they're dazzling us. So I suppose that's always, like, you know, a good sign. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull up somewhere safe, and I'll show you what the car now looks like from outside with these HID xenon lights, you know, in action. Okay. So how ironic is this that we're actually just stopping over at the Porsche Centre in Solihull. So here we are. Here's the Porsche Macan at night with its bi-xenon headlamps now fitted. Now, as you can see, they're giving out quite a nice kind of a crisp light. You've got the strip down the bottom here, which was there from factory, and now the headlamp as well. It's giving out like a real nice crisp sort of a blue light, and I really think that now makes the front end just look so much better compared to how it was before. Let's just move around the back end of the car. See, now the rear end, I've never really had any complaints, because I do like the way you've got these you know, LED lights that run, and you know, you can switch on the indicators as well, and they'll strobe right through, which is quite nice. But from the front end, those halogen headlamps, it just look really ridiculous. The headlamps themselves are just a little bit dusty, but you can see how bright those lights are, and from the front end it just looks so much more striking, and pretty much like a factory finish.